Okay, I'm going to start this tutorial by showing you some pieces I've made um, to show you how some pieces can have many more operations, soldering operations, more complex, and others can have as little as one, such as this one right here, where well, there's two. There's a ring that I made, a jump ring, soldered that closed, and then I joined the ring to the silver rectangle here. So that would be two operations. This is fairly simple, except it's setting it's a brick from Spain, an old brick that I cut up into two and made earrings out of. But there is a seam on the walls of the bezel, the metal that surrounds the brick. That's soldered onto a back plate, so that's two operations. The ring, three. The ring to the rectangle bezel, four. So that has four operations. The two on the ends, this one here is a diamond set in silver. So that has 22 karat gold on a little tiny plate inside there. So that's one, two, and then one on each corner, that's six. The square to the back plate, seven. This attaching here, eight. And then the ring, nine, and then the ring to the long stem here, 10. So that has 10 operations. So a lot more complex, a lot more time consuming. This one here is a bullet shaped stone. It's a carnelian, and that has one here, one on the far side. There's one on this kind of a tube, tapered tube that holds it in place. So that's one, two, three, four, and then the ring, five. So that has five operations. Times all of these by two because you have two pairs of earrings. So earrings are very time consuming to make because you're making two of the same thing or two similar pieces. This one here is a garnet set in a little flower design, and then this is overlay. So this is one piece of silver, this is another soldered onto the back plate. So one, two, three, and then four, five, six. And then this ring would make it seven. So you can see they're all a little different, some very simple. Once you learn how to solder, even basically, everybody can start making something like this without the rivets. I'll do that in another tutorial. But you can cut a square, you can cut any shape you want, attach a jump ring to it, and then of course the ear wires you make by hand. You can buy them. I make them all by hand. And just a tip, this Sharpie fine point is the way I shape that right there. Some of these are very distorted, and you can just get a Sharpie. It's plastic, it won't mar the metal, and just shape the loop around the pen. It seems to be a right kind of diameter, inside diameter for these earrings, and I'll give a tutorial on that too. This is 22 karat gold, so there is a ruby set here in a wall with an inside bezel, that's one. The ring to this is two, three, four, five, and then the outer ring around the disc, where we're up to six. And then this is a post earring, so there's a post on the back soldered on, and that is going to be seven or eight. So again, this one and this one have many more solder joints. That's the simplest. So when you're starting out, don't try anything complex. Stick with something like this that has one ring. You can maybe go this way where you have one ring and then the other. You got to think about the orientation too. So if you have it like this, it's fine. If it were this way, you need to add a ring because of just the orientation of the ear wire in relation to how the bottom earring part hangs. Okay, so I will get on with the rest of the tutorial in part two on how to solder, simple soldering, and we're going to focus on this simple design. Like I said, it could be anything. It could be a circle here. We could have something like that with a little ring on the top of it and it dangles that way. And post earrings, simple to do too. It could be a simple disc like this where you're attaching a post to a round disc. So we will get onto that in the next video.